Man United 3, Brentford 0. One of the very few comfortable, routine home wins for Man United this season, wasn't it?
And it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. That's the only problem. We've decided to play well and beat a team after top four's gone.
It's gone,
everything else has gone. Basically, it's whether we finish in the Europa League or the Europa Conference. It's a shame it's taken this long
it is.
to put in a performance like that, innit?
Definitely, most definitely. But like you said, you got to play for as high as possible at the moment, and they've done that. They've in patches they've played some good stuff, and at the end of the day, it's a 3-0 zip in it.
Yeah.
So win.
65% possession, nine shots, which is actually less than Brentford, 5 on target, but United were the better team today, weren't they? And I mean, again, it's a shame that it has to be tarnished with this reflection, because you can't, in what is United's last game of the season at home, you can't not then look back at some of the results that have gone before it. You know, the Watfords and the was it City and Everton and Liverpool, obviously, and just getting absolutely battered and dropping points to teams that, you know, in some instances are far worse than United. It's a shame that, you know, this has taken all season to get to, but can you still take some happiness from it, or is it just almost like an annoying reminder of what could have been this season?
Well, it's a bit of both, really, to be fair. Like, I think it was one of our better performances of the season. I think Ronaldo had a brilliant, not just goal scoring, but all round game. His passing was really good today, in terms of he was dropping deep and was relieving pressure really well and sprinting up the pitch to provide a focal point, which I feel like sometimes when he's dropped deep before, he's then maybe struggled to get back up, or to like provide that sort of just focal point for us to centre around, whereas he did that brilliantly today. And I feel like Juan Mata had a really good game.
Yeah,
it was really refreshing, good. Kept it simultaneously really helping get the ball up the pitch quick, but also kept it calm, made it like a
composure.
we didn't really look nervy on the ball for much of the game, especially whilst he was on the pitch. So no, there's definitely things to be happy about, and it was a good game to watch. It's just a shame, as you say, that it's happening now rather than when it actually mattered.
Yeah. Are you surprised that United have been so bad this season? I know obviously we will do our full, proper season reviews at the end of the year, but again, it's almost a time for reflection, isn't it? You see that lap of honour at the end. Yeah. You see the players applauding the fans, and we've had to put with a fucking lot this year.
A lot. And the performances have not been good enough. Individual performances have not been good enough, and as a team, they've not been good enough. And the lads have got to look at themselves, and not a lot of them will be, hopefully, not a lot of them will be with us next season. They've had their opportunity, and some of them have been great servants to the football club. We wish them well. But the new manager needs to come in, and for me, he needs to have a right clear out. Yeah. Get the players he wants in, clear out the ones he doesn't. Get the lads playing his style, his philosophy, and let's just bring the good times back.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Let's bring the excitement back. But this lap of honour and stuff like that, even the fans will be thinking it's half-arsed. It's not like, listen, the lads have put the commitment in.
McTominay, Varane and Fred, I think, forgot it was happening. And they walked down the tunnel and then had to sprint back out, supposedly.
It is what it is, isn't it? But it's like you said, we sit here and talking. It was a good performance and stuff like that. But like I said during the watch along, it's Brentford, and no disrespect to them, like we need to be putting performances like that in every game, keeping the ball, playing that expansive football, and getting them results. I know it's easy to say now when the season's right off and it's gone, but that's the football that the fans want to see. Yeah. And that's the creating chances the fans want to see, the goals and the work rate, and that's just an example of what we want back at the football club. Yeah,
like today as well, we could have comfortably had 5 goals. Bruno had that one where he's clean thrown goal, just took it a bit wide and pulled the shot. Ronaldo had the goal disallowed. Ronaldo today, I know you mentioned it a little bit already, Alfie, but Ryan, Ronaldo was just amazing today, wasn't
really
like
good.
His build-up
really
play, he did about 5 flicks, sort of
the
flicks around the corner, runs in
really
behind, goals, penalties, goal disallowed, penalty. He's been back to his best recently. His overall game was
brilliant, like you said, dropping in and interchanging in that front three. The nice little chops, the little flicks, and his overall and his work rate as well. People give him a lot of stick about obviously putting the shift in for the team, and the title of this is the problem. He's not the problem. If anything, he's been the shining light.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic that at the start of the season, everyone was like, oh, is Ronaldo going to be able... Oh, not start the season. When Ranić came in, is Ronaldo going to be able to press? Is he going to be able to put the effort in? He's going to be able to manage that. And he's been the only player who's done that seemingly.
Yeah, and he's the only one that's playing remotely towards his potential.
Standard,
everyone, and it's like, will Ronaldo be able to press? No one else even tried.
Exactly.
At least he's tried a little. Like he's still
100%.
not, the greatest presser of all time, but at least he's fucking trying. The rest of the players are pressing, even the ones who seem like they'd be able to.
Yeah. You made a very good point, Joe, in the watch along. Like these past 5 games or whatever, he just seems a different animal.
Yeah.
He seems sharper, he seems stronger. And listen, he's got 18 goals. Is he 18 goals for the season? In the league, in the Premier League. So hopefully he'll hit the 20 mark, hopefully, before the season's ended. And if that's a bad season, hitting 20 goals,
I know.
And for people to say he's a problem, you're clueless.
Yeah, exactly. He's clearly not the problem, is he? And he's been one of the few sort of shining lights this season. Looking at some of the stats there, you see United controlling the ball. It's the most passes United have made in a game this season. Controlling the ball nicely there. Again, shots on target and shots on target pretty much even there. Yeah. United just edging on target, them edging the overall shots.
Like you said, we could have had more as well. With the disallowed goal and the chances. I think Bruno will be disappointed with the one that he's dragged wide. Yeah, I think overall, like you said, even just keeping the ball and
that pass percentage completion's really good.
Just keeping it team wide, 1 and 2 touch, and just being patient and waiting for openings. And like we touched on again in the watch along, waiting to play them penetrating passes through the lines, and that's where you hurt. And the top teams do that.
Yeah,
and they don't force things; they do things patiently, and it was good. It was good today.
Looking a bit at the league table then, because United are basically playing for either Conference League or Europa League. United now 6 points clear of West Ham, but they do have a game in hand. But they aren't in great form, West Ham. Lost 3 of their last 5. You wouldn't necessarily...
They're dealing with the last stages of the Europa League themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So they've got rotation and stuff to worry about. You would assume and you would hope that top, that Europa League spot is safe now. I can't even believe I'm saying that from where the expectations at the start of the season. We finished second before. Now I'm sat here relieved that we're probably going to get Europa League, but we might not still. Yeah. It is such a shame how far United have fallen this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a shame, but like I said, the new manager's got to come in, clear the deadwood out, get his players in who he wants. His philosophy. I know I keep saying it sound like a broken record, but this is the time now.
Yeah.
People above who have seen to been the problem have cleared off.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's get their successful times back.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think Ronaldo will be here next season? We talked about it before. Will he work and be successful under Ten Hag, do you think?
I think he can be. Yeah. Definitely. It's whether he can. I mean, I'm not saying this as if he's not been the absolute epitome of physical fitness for ages, but as long as he can keep fit, he can put in a shift and put in the effort like he did today.
Yeah.
Then there's no reason why he can't be at all. Like he's still the best goal scoring threat in the world, pretty much.
Yeah.
He isn't. If you get in that link up play, you're getting that effort from him. He's can absolutely contribute to a system that Ten Hag will want to implement.
Yeah. In that little gap he had, when he sort of around Christmas time when he didn't score many goals for a couple of months, if United have got someone next year that can fill that gap, you do have a player in Ronaldo that he did it in the group stages for United in the Champions League. He's done it at the end of the season. If we had a couple of cup finals or something in around this point, you'd back him to score in any of those games.
100%. You back him to score in any game, don't you? Really?
Other players to back him up, don't they, next season?
100%, and that's where it goes down to the recruitment. Of the new manager. The new manager come in and get the players that he wants. And if you're the new manager, and we spoke about it before, and you've got one eye on this, one eye on your new job, you're seeing Ronaldo's performances, his quality, his goals. You're seeing all this, and you would want him part of the plans. Obviously, he'll have a different style, and whether Ronaldo would suit that style, I don't know. But like you just said, you ain't going to get rid of him, are you?
No, definitely not.
Well, as I was saying in the watch along, it's like people are acting as if it's unheard of or obscene that he had a dip in form. It's completely normal for players to have a dip in form throughout a season. The issue is with United, no one else just had stepped up then at that point to help contribute and to help mask it almost, which happened. Salah's had undeniably probably the player of the year in the league. He had a good dip in form after AFCON and that, and Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, they pick up. And whereas with us, Ronaldo has a dip in form, and there's just no one even putting in an effort trying to help that. So I feel like it just exaggerated Ronaldo's slightly poorer performances
Yeah.
and made it look like he's the issue. No, it's the issue that no one else is stepping up around him to try and help him.
Yeah, no one did it whatsoever, did they? Some people talking about the Europa League. None of you numbnuts have figured out that Europa League leads to Champions League, which conference does not. Everyone knows that the Europa League leads to the Champions
We
League.
don't want Europa Conference.
But the Europa Conference leads to the Europa League, which leads to the Champions League. But yeah, I think everyone knows the Europa League leads to the Champions League.
Yeah.
United literally qualified for the Champions League by winning the Europa League 4 years ago, so I don't think that's lost on anyone. Looking to next season again, I know it's a bit of a look forward rather than a review. Do games like tonight make you realise maybe we don't quite need to get rid of as many players as we think? Because whilst it's only a very sort of fleeting time, when United are losing, when United are playing badly, it's easy to go, sack them all, get rid of all of them, they're all shit. But even players tonight like Juan Mata, who I don't think anyone is saying shouldn't go at the end of the season, showed that he can have a role in a team, in a system when things are working. Maybe certain players who we thought they're not good enough, are we being a bit harsh, do you think, on some of these players when it's like, get rid of the whole defence, get rid of the whole midfield, we need a new striker, we need new this, new that, or do you still think United need wholesale change at the end of the year?
I think it's probably... there's a lot of players in there who aren't good enough.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they need to get gone. But there'll be a few players who are just having bad form, maybe just a little underconfident. But, as I was saying with the Ronaldo point, that's if everyone's doing that, and there's a lot of that mixed in with players who just plain and simply aren't good enough, that's going to make everyone look worse as a collective. Like, you can mask someone having a bad game, but if everyone's performance is collectively poor, it's just going to look awful. Whereas I feel like, for example, Dalot, and I thought he had a really good game. He was really good on the ball, which when he first got played under Ranić was a strength, but as the season went on, he kind of regressed in that aspect. But it shows that he has the ability. He has that. He can play at a good level, and is suited to a system like Ten Hag wants. But I think, again, it's an issue with recruitment in terms of not looking forward, not looking at what style we want to play, and because we've changed style. I said with like Wan-Bissaka and Maguire, and not getting in other players as well. It's not just the players we've brought in. Not seeing like, okay, we're going to need this position or this player to do this thing as our style and our tactics evolve. And we've just not had that foresight. So then players that did previously look good just are not suited. And it doesn't mean they're bad players, but it means they're not going to perform in the system that we want to use, which means effectively they're useless to us.
Yeah.
Like,
the squad is filled with players that have been kind of mismatched in from multiple different managers. And even someone like Mata, who made a bit of sense tonight, was brought in by David Moyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Who plays radically different to Van Gaal, who brought in,
Whereas
people like Luke Shaw and that
is
sort of thing.
For Liverpool, I mean, Henderson was there before Klopp. Or like with Liverpool or with City, there's barely any players that are there from previous managers. Like, they were given time and were allowed to make multiple signings and shape the squad in their own image. Which, like, fair enough if someone does that and then fails, like, yeah, that's on the manager, whatever. But with the United managers that have occurred, and don't get me wrong, I feel like each manager has probably deserved to get sacked, like, at the point, but they've not exactly been given a fair shake in terms of they're having to use players that don't match their systems. And even when they do sign players, half the time it's what the board wants, or it's like, and it's not actually the players we're not getting the players that the manager actually wants, which was like, surprise, surprise, we're not going to play as well then.
Yeah. Hopefully we get a bit more of that next season.
Yeah, I just think they need a massive clear out.
Yeah,
no, I think
a
so
massive
too,
clear out.
Like,
all the dead wood, just fuck them off. Bring players in who the new manager wants, and only who the new manager wants, not being told by whoever. He has his philosophy. I know I sound like a broken record. He has his philosophy. He has the way he's playing. And he'll bring in the players that he wants. He'll get rid of the players that he wants. This is how a football club should function.
Yeah.
He decides who he wants to in and out. But there's players in that team that have showed it this season. And I know this game we've won and we've played some good stuff. they need to just go. Some of them have been great servants. Wish them all the best.
Thank you very much for joining us. Manchester United have beat Brentford. We'll be hearing from Andy Tate very shortly. Up the RH. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. Thanks for joining us,
problem,
Alfie,
mate.
as well.
It's been a pleasure, brother.
Get your thoughts in on that game in the comments below. Give your 3-word reviews for that game. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you in a bit.